Have you ever wondered why your hair is pin straight while your best friend's curls spring up like coiled metal? A lot of people think straight hair is the default. That's a big mistake. In reality, straight hair is a relatively recent and unusual mutation. It's not the original design. And here's the truth that might surprise you. Whether your hair gets greasy fast, feels dry and brittle, or looks chaotic every morning, that's not a flaw. It's a feature. Your hair is actually a highly specialized survival device, engineered to help your ancestors stay alive in some of the harshest environments on Earth. So today, forget beauty standards. We're not talking about aesthetics. We're talking about survival. We're going to decode the hidden code written into your DNA. And get ready, because after this video, you'll never look at your hairbrush the same way again. Straight hair. Look in the mirror. If you have pin straight hair that lies flat against your scalp, you're probably very familiar with this frustration. Limp hair that gets greasy fast. You wash it in the morning. By noon, it already looks oily. You spend money on dry shampoo just to create some volume. But pause for a second. Don't hate it yet. That greasiness you're annoyed by is actually a masterpiece of biological engineering. Science traces this trait back to a mutation in the EDAR gene, which appeared around 30,000 years ago in East Asia. This mutation reshaped hair follicles into a nearly perfect circle. Think of straight hair like a water slide. Because it's smooth and linear, natural scalp oil, sebum, can travel effortlessly from the root all the way to the tip without obstacles. No twists, no delays. The result? Hair that's naturally shinier than almost any other hair type. That oil layer isn't dirt, it's a waterproof shield. It blocks bacteria, reduces breakage, and protects the hair shaft. But the real superpower is heat retention. Straight hair tends to lie flat and stack tightly, like roof tiles layered on top of each other. Together, they form a dense barrier that traps body heat close to the scalp. For ancestors living in brutal, icy climates, straight hair wasn't a beauty trait. It was a life-saving wool hat, protecting the brain from freezing temperatures. So, the next time your hair looks oily, remember this. You're wearing one of the most effective cold defense systems in human history. Coily hair. Welcome to the tropics, where the sun is relentless and heat alone can take people down. Here, nature engineered a top-tier cooling system. Coily hair. If this is your hair type, I'm willing to bet you've complained about one thing more than anything else. Dryness. No matter how much moisturizer you apply, it never feels like enough. You stretch it out, let go, and it snaps right back in on itself, shrinking like a stubborn spring. But that dryness and stubbornness are the keys to survival. Look closely at the structure. Each strand grows in a tight spiral. Because the path is so twisted, natural scalp oil can't easily travel down the hair shaft. It gets trapped near the roots. What does that mean? The scalp, the most critical area, stays well protected and moisturized, while the ends remain light and airy. Now imagine your hair as a thermal shield. That spring-like structure lifts the hair away from the scalp, creating thousands of tiny air channels. Air flows through. Heat escapes upward. UV radiation is blocked before it ever reaches your skin. And most importantly, the hair doesn't trap heat the way straight hair does. The result? A head that stays cooler, even under 100-degree heat. So don't call it unruly. Call it what it really is. One of the most advanced biological cooling systems evolution has ever built. Wavy hair. If you have wavy hair, chances are you've lived through a constant identity crisis. You wake up and it looks almost straight. Add a bit of humidity, and suddenly it starts curling. It lives in the middle. Not straight enough to be sleek, not curly enough to form defined coils. Many people call that chaos. Nature calls it supreme flexibility. Think of wavy hair like a Swiss Army knife. It isn't specialized for just one function, but it can handle almost anything. Structurally, your hair follicles aren't perfectly round, like straight hair, and they're not flat, like tightly coiled hair. They're slightly oval. This comes from a complex genetic blend that creates near-perfect balance. So what's the survival advantage? Dual adaptability. On colder days, the waves stack just enough to trap a layer of warmth, helping you retain heat. But when temperatures rise, the natural lift of wavy hair allows air to circulate, letting the scalp breathe far more easily than straight hair ever could. There's more. The wavy structure distributes tension exceptionally well. Where straight hair snaps under pulling force, wavy hair behaves like soft springs, stretching and recoiling, protecting the strands from breakage caused by physical stress. Natural oils also travel at a just right speed, not so fast that your hair turns greasy, not so slow that it dries out. In short, your hair was built to survive in temperate climates with unpredictable conditions. You're not messy, you're optimized for balance. Curly hair. If wavy hair is balance, then curly hair is pure expression. And your biggest obsession is probably humidity. All it takes is a slight rise in moisture in the air, and hair that was perfectly defined suddenly explodes. It frizzes up, doubles in volume, and makes you look like you've just been electrocuted. Annoying in modern life. But in the wild, that frizz was a forgotten superpower. Structurally, curly hair follicles are more curved than wavy ones, causing strands to grow in large, well-defined spirals. Think of your hair as a massive shock absorption system wrapped around your head. When our ancestors moved through dense forests filled with low branches, thorns, and rough vegetation, straight hair offered no protection. The scalp would get scratched and injured almost immediately. Curly hair worked differently. Thanks to its high elasticity, each curl acted like a springy cushion. When something brushed or lightly struck the head, the hair compressed and rebounded, dissipating the force before it could reach the skull. It was like wearing a soft helmet, 24/7. There's more. The way curly hair expands in humid conditions also functions as a kind of early warning sensor. The increased volume works almost like a cat's whiskers, helping detect obstacles, insects, or shifts in airflow before they actually touch the skin. So before you rush to straighten your curls, remember this. Your hair isn't just hair. It's a devoted bodyguard, designed to protect one of your most vital organs from the physical world. And straight versus curly is only half the story. To truly understand the power of hair, we need to look at its thickness next. Thick hair or fine hair? That's where the other half of the code lives. Thick hair. If you have thick, coarse hair, I know exactly what you're thinking. It's heavy. Tie it into a ponytail for too long and your head starts to ache. Wash it, and it takes forever to dry. It can feel like you're carrying a small rock on top of your skull. But that heaviness is your life insurance. Each strand of your hair is like an industrial-strength cable. Structurally, coarse hair has a much larger diameter than average, with multiple layers of keratin packed tightly together. This isn't accidental. It's a design optimized for resistance. In harsh environments, wind-blasted deserts, thorn-filled forests, abrasive terrain, fine hair snaps quickly. Coarse hair doesn't. It's built to withstand constant friction, impact, and wear without breaking down. That thickness does something else, too. It locks moisture deep inside the hair shaft. By slowing evaporation, it helps reduce water loss from the scalp, an enormous advantage in dry or dehydrating climates. While thinner hair dries out fast, coarse hair holds on, conserving what the body can't afford to lose. Your hair isn't rough, it's fortified. It's a biological fortress designed to endure. But what if survival isn't about defense? What if the priority is speed, lightness, and maximum cooling? Then we have to look at the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Fine hair. Fine hair. You may have always felt that your hair is fragile. It breaks easily. It's hard to style, and it often lies flat against your scalp. making you feel less confident. But if thick hair is heavy armor, fine hair is high-grade silk. So why would evolution design hair strands that are thin, delicate, and contain fewer layers of keratin? The answer is simple. Heat release. Fine hair creates an extremely light surface layer. It allows heat from the brain to escape almost immediately. Sweat evaporates faster, cooling the scalp more efficiently than any other hair type. In hot, humid environments, where holding on to heat can be a death sentence, fine hair is a lifesaver. But that's not its only advantage. This delicacy comes with another hidden superpower: sensory sensitivity. Because the strands are light and less densely packed, your scalp can detect even the smallest environmental changes. A slight breeze, a shift in air pressure, the first touch of rain. You're not weak. You're a finely tuned biological sensor, optimized for cooling, awareness, and adaptability. We're living in a modern world with air conditioning, wool hats, and umbrellas. And because of that, the survival features that kept humans alive for over 30,000 years have suddenly turned into everyday annoyances. What we now call a bad hair day. But the next time you feel frustrated because your hair gets oily too fast or frizzes out of control, take a step back and look at the bigger picture. Oily hair isn't dirty. It's a high-performance heat retention system. Frizzy hair isn't ugly. It's an advanced cooling mechanism. Your hair is a living legacy. It's proof that your ancestors endured Ice Age winters and desert heat, survived brutal environments, and passed those adaptations down so you could be here today. So which team are you on? Team thermal blanket that locks in warmth, or team air conditioner that keeps things cool? Drop your hair type in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep decoding the fascinating hidden systems of the human body together.